Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. What's the
How
odds?
you
I'm
been?
Steve Renazizi, of course,
Ladies
joined
and
by
gentlemen,
Lucas and
welcome
Brenton this week. Very happy to have the three-pack here.
Steve Renazizi.
We are coming in hot because it's fantasy playoffs for football, and I have issues going into the most important league I am in this year, the one that I play. If I win this week, I will probably end up playing my oldest son next week, and that these matchups mean a lot. So I was talking before we started with Brenton about who I got some conundrums back and forth. And I said Isaiah Likely versus Travis Kelce. Now, I came up with the idea that Travis Kelce's playing the Chargers, who have number 8 defense against tight ends this year, points wise. And Likely's playing the Cincinnati Bengals, who, everyone scores on the Bengals. So I was going to go with Likely. But Brendan, you say what to come off of this? Tell me.
Well, just to elaborate on what we were talking about, who did you start all year?
I mean, most times I started
Who's the guy that got you there?
To Kelce.
So,
Huh?
so this is why
Yeah.
people lose their playoffs. They have consistency all year. They get to the postseason, and then they try to get cute and outsmart everybody when you don't need to. Travis Kelce is the number 3 tight end, despite having a horrible game this last week against Houston, who's a terrific defense too. Houston is the best real life defense in football right now. So
They
he's
are.
going to bounce back. He's had good games against the Chargers in the past. They're going to have to use him because this is a must-win game. And, you're kind of forgetting. Likely's had a couple of pop weeks. He hasn't done anything all year other than the last few weeks. And Mark Andrews just signed a huge contract. They're going to use him. He's going to be on the field. So, yes, the Bengals are the best matchup for tight ends, but you're forgetting that Mark Andrews is the starting tight end in Baltimore. So just go
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
guy who is literally number 3 in football still, despite how bad he
I
was
feel
last
like
week.
I feel like Lamar has a certain whatever jive with Isaiah Likely, and they find each other a couple times
But
a
Lamar's
game.
playing like
And if
shit
one of them's
too.
for a touchdown, I'm going to be screwed, I think. But,
Lamar has played awful for a
yes,
month
I
at
think that's
least.
why I got Likely. It was probably Kelsey's bye week. I picked up a tight end. It was Likely because either he was coming off of injury or something like that, or Lamar sucked, or he was injured, so he wasn't getting the ball. I don't know but now it's like he's been scoring a touchdown, every other week the
Well,
last
he's
few weeks.
he's
So I'm
he's
like,
almost scoring a touchdown. Uh, did you see his non-call against the
yeah, I mean, he
Steelers?
drops the ball. That's the other thing.
That was a touchdown. He takes 2 steps. He's
Yes.
in the end zone, and they're saying he didn't make a football move, but he takes
I don't
2
know what
steps
this means
holding
anymore.
the ball. I don't get it. It was a touchdown.
Does this go back to TO? This goes all the way back to what a football move is, right? Is that how this
I
whole genesis of the
guess
thing started?
that was a touchdown. Or otherwise, what
Yeah,
is a touchdown?
true. So
You
maybe
just if you're running with the ball and you've already committed that thing, you just have to like get a fraction of the football over the goal line.
over the
But then
goal
if you
line.
catch it in the end zone and you take 2 full steps, but it gets knocked out, now it's not a touchdown. I don't get it.
You could catch it in the end zone and hand it to the other team and celebrate, and they don't call it a turnover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
It
like,
doesn't make sense. So I think Baltimore got screwed. But again, it's the playoffs. You don't have to be smarter than everybody. You got here because you have a good team. I would just play your foundational pieces. You wouldn't if you were asking about quarterback and
yeah.
you had the number 3 quarterback in fantasy football, which I'm not sure off the top of my head who it is, but let's just say like you had Patrick Mahomes, and you go, well, Trevor Lawrence had a great matchup, and he had a good week last week. I think I'm going to start Trevor Lawrence over Patrick Mahomes. That's kind of what you're doing here with Kelce
Yeah.
and Likely.
What do you think about Travi Henderson? What's his first name? The running back on New England. Is it
Travion.
Tre'Davious?
Travion.
Travion.
Travion. Okay. Versus Marvin Harrison Jr. Assuming he's playing.
Marvin Harrison
I
Jr. is
mean,
probably not playing.
you don't think so?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
But if he does, it's a tough matchup for him, and I would probably go with the running back who's guaranteed touches, and the Bills are, I think, the 3rd worst defense against the
Yeah.
run. Even though he's going to split heavily, and I don't know. You could be disappointed that Stevenson is taking a lot of the carries and maybe getting some of the goal line work, but he's going to
I need
get,
one big break. I need him to bust
yeah,
one,
he's the one who
and
has the
that's it.
ability to do that. So
Yes,
I would lean him, and I don't think
as my
Marvin Harrison
flex.
Jr. is playing anyway.
I mean, I got Darius Slayton and some other people who I know will, but I'm like, no, this is the guy I'm going with. All right, beautiful. We settled that. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go for my playoffs. And look, we as a football weekend, I had a really easy one because the Giants had their bye week and everyone in the division lost, so we ended up looking pretty great. And the two teams that were ahead of us in the draft order,
Yeah.
they both lost. So now
You have,
we have the first pick again. I think that we're in the same boat right around this time last year.
yeah.
We had it, we figured it out, and then we got Tommy DeVito. One of the last couple of weeks, we beat the Colts or something, and then we
Yeah.
dropped down to like whatever six, whatever, or three, whatever we got. Abdul Carter. So I think everybody this time around knows the deal. Yep, Jackson, go out there and do it this weekend. I don't. I mean, I love the Jade as a Giants fan. I love that Jaden Daniels isn't playing. But Marcus Mariota is really good still. He's probably the best backup in football.
Mhm.
And so I'm happy about the fact that we probably will. Now they're coming off of an embarrassment. I mean, they got the Commanders got their fucking tits blown up. What was it like 31 nothing? Something bad
31 nothing to a bad Vikings team.
to a bad Vikings team. So I don't think they're going to want to be embarrassed twice, but that's what I'm hoping on. They need to get this win way more than we need to get this win. Because if we could hold on to the first pick, do you understand how awesome that is? Because the way it's working out is it looks like there's only going to be one true number one quarterback coming out this year. Uno, Mendoza, Mr. Mendoza. I think it's going to be the guy that everybody's going to want to get their hands on. And we don't need that guy. So come talk to us. Come with your what do the three wise men bring? The gold, the
Silver
incense,
and
and the
myrrh.
the silver and myrrh, dude. Bring what you want. What are your offers? What are your there are going to be teams that are definitely going to need a quarterback. I don't think fucking New Orleans is going to live another day the way they did this year. They got to get a quarterback. Um, who else is
The
the
Raiders
Jets
more
need
than
a
any.
fucking quarterback. The Jets need a quarterback in the worst way too. The Raiders need a quarterback.
Steelers
The
need a
Browns.
quarterback.
Browns and the Steelers need a quarterback. So there's there. I mean, we're going to get. So this is perfect because I don't know if you. I'm not exactly 100. I'm not sold on Joe Shane if it's him picking like one first round pick. Here you get one. Here you go. Get it right. But you give him two. Oh boy! Now all of a sudden, someone's got to
It,
have two first round picks next year. It's got to. I think the Jets have two first round picks, right?
The Rams do. The Rams have the Falcons' first round pick, which is top 10 right now.
mhm.
Oh my God! With you think
Yeah.
I mean, they would want to go get a quarterback.
I
They
mean, that they said last
potentially,
year when they did it that could be the preemptive move.
yeah. So
I mean, it's
Stafford is probably done, especially if he gets MVP. I don't think he comes back next year. There's no
what?
point.
Oh, he'll come back, but
Yeah,
He almost didn't come back this preseason. If they make a deep run and he potentially
yeah.
could win the Super Bowl and he gets MVP, he's not coming back. So then
I
they're
mean,
left with Jimmy
I guess you're right
Garoppolo,
because think about it. If you're the Rams, what is your true need right now? Really, they have a great defense, great defensive line,
quarterback,
right? They got,
to
I mean,
secure their
yeah, they got
future.
a good wide receiver core. I mean, Devonta Adams turned back the clock this year. He's played great. Puka is great. So and really, it's like the only
Well,
guy that could
yes, he's
break
turned
down
back the
on you.
clock, but at the same time, it's like if I'm playing the Rams and they get inside the red zone, just put two men on Devontae Adams because they're just forcing him the football. They're just forcing him touchdowns. It's
Yeah,
it's
but they're.
almost as a Kyron Williams owner in fantasy,
Oh,
it's
here we
so
go.
frustrating. Their entire offense, even Puka disappears when they get inside the 10. It's literally just Devontae Adams, three straight plays. It's so
Well,
weird.
the man knows his business, dude. He knows how to get in the fucking end zone. He's been doing it a real,
Well, it's
real long
just
time.
like
You
McVay
don't get a
wants to get him a
Taco
record.
Bell in your house because
But
you
it's
don't get in the fucking end
at
zone,
some
dude.
point, some defensive coordinator is going to be like, "Hey, maybe we should guard that guy because that's all they do."
Um, I mean, yeah, they could look, and I would take two first round picks Give us both your guys. You go get your quarterback that you want, and we'll pick twice because that way you got options now. We have two first round picks. I think we have a second round pick. So I'm telling you, this is the best situation for us to be in. We are in our loser bowl. Now we have to win it. Okay. We have to win it. And by winning it, we have to lose. That's how we have to do it.
Hmm.
We can play competitive. You know what we want to do? How about this? Let's play like Las Vegas this weekend. Let's play like we're down by 10, and instead of going for a crazy win and throwing like a Hail Mary, maybe get into the end zone, try an onside kick let's just kick a field goal. Let's make everyone happy and kick a field goal. Was it no? Was it yeah? It was
It was
Cleveland and
Vegas. People
Vegas,
want
right?
Pete Carroll investigated for covering the spread because it wasn't like he was
I
kicking the field goal and there was enough time to then try an onside kick. He literally kicked the field goal to cover the spread as time expired.
dude,
It made no
I'm
sense.
telling.
Down by 10.
I really like, and I'm not like a conspiracy guy. I'm not, but that just feels real. Like,
And we
did
were
anyone
in
ask him
Vegas,
about that?
Steve. I don't know. I hope so, but they were in Vegas. It's shady.
I mean, with live betting now, you can basically kind of tell which way the money's going, and like put stop gaps if you need. Right? I mean, I don't know that I. What is the has no one's got an explanation yet? I've never really.
Not that I've seen, no.
Is it just like for value of game of like stats at the end of the year that like obviously a Hail Mary is much less likely than kicking a field goal from where they were.
Yeah.
So is it just like we scored X amount of points and that makes me look better, our team look better, or whatever, the numbers
I
look better? I mean, they're not like
yeah. I guess it's just like a moral victory. Their job is to score points, and so he would probably argue I scored points.
that's what I'm saying. Like maybe I'm trying to figure out what the logical thing would be explanation for this to be
There
like.
isn't really one because for
Is
years
he
we've
on? Is he on
what
the bubble for his job?
absolutely. Look at how
Yeah.
shitty
So
the
like,
Raiders are. They overpaid
yeah.
for their offensive coordinator who got fired, and then the next week they had like 150 yards of total offense. So there was no dead cat bounce with the offense the next week. They've looked worse. So at some point, you start firing all these guys, going, well, this is the problem, this is the problem, and you're the only guy left. He's absolutely on the bubble.
Yeah. I mean, look, if Pete Carroll's on the bubble, that's it for him. He's done after that. I don't think he's going to end up anywhere
Yeah.
else. That's fine. But if this is his, like, I mean, you're a 75-year-old man. Like, you're going to try to, like, beg for your job with 3 extra points? Like, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
This isn't
Because
like a young coach who's like, I'm going to be around again, and these 3 points might mean something. This is a guy who, this is it. So
and there was
no one's explained it. I haven't heard any
no.
explanation.
We've watched so many games where you've seen a team that is down by 2 scores. They get the ball with a few seconds left, and they just either take a knee or they run it. I've never seen a field goal attempt before,
Yeah.
even in field goal range. I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
I don't know why.
They just end the game
I
because the game's over.
The game is over.
So it's
It doesn't
interesting.
make any
I don't
sense.
know if anything will come of it, but I would
I mean, could
expect
it be that blatant? Could it be that? I guess if
possibly.
Chauncey Billups is wearing glasses to see what the cards look like at a poker game, then maybe this could be real too.
Yeah.
This feels really bad. This one
Yeah.
feels like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I
Um,
was happy I didn't have money on that game.
yeah, people are going crazy, dude, and probably legitimately should be going crazy.
Yes.
Um, but yeah. All right. So let's get to your Bills. Man, that
Heart
was a fun
attack.
game to watch. Heart Attack City. Holy cow.
I love and hate
What?
this team so much.
Yeah. What are you guys like? How do you feel? Like, is this guy,
Feel
are
great.
you excited? I mean, like, look, because you have an opportunity this week now. There's a big opportunity, but it feels like you guys are bending and hopefully won't break, but just bending right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like it's not a well-oiled machine. I'm not saying you guys are the Eagles, but I'm not 100% sold. But the win is the win, right? And that was a fun game at home. How did you guys take it?
Go ahead, Lucas.
Um, I gave up on the game like
Really?
when it was 14-3 right away. So I was figuring the Bills don't play the Bengals well. Burrow scares me more than Mahomes does. I mean, if you remember the DeMar Hamlin game, like the Bengals were going to easily win that game. They rode down the field like two or three times with no resistance before Hamlin went down. So when I saw, and then when Cook fumbled, you don't win those games.
Dude, in the end
So
zone
I meant,
I've
again.
never
yeah,
seen, by the way, I've never seen a guy, the same guy fumbled twice at the goal line on the same
Yeah.
drive. The same guy. It's
That
insane.
and I've never seen a
yeah.
guy turn the ball over twice in one play like Hurts did. Throw an interception, run it back,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
pick
that's
up the
kind of
fumble.
bullshit because
I
I
know, but
I have him
still,
in
yeah.
fantasy and to lose 4 points on one play where he made the effort play. No quarterback makes the effort play like that. That was such horseshit.
Oh, that
That's
sucks,
funny.
dude.
And he barely
That's
had
funny.
possession when he fumbled. He barely. If
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
mean,
say Isaiah
did he make a
Likely,
football move?
yeah, if you're gonna say Isaiah Likely didn't catch that ball, there's no way Hurts had possession in order to fumble. But go
But
on,
James
Lucas.
Cook, I mean, look, the run game is good. They're getting to the goal line. I mean, it's just that's I think those are anomalies. I don't know if you can look at those like they're going to be, we got to worry about this in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow is. I feel like he was like, look, I got to win this game, and he played like it. He scares the shit out of. I mean, yeah, you said it, Lucas. He scares you, but he scares me too because I'm like this guy. I mean, straight off the fucking injury list, like let's go and making it looks. They look like they just picked it up from last year. What did you think, Brenton?
I think we got insanely lucky that Cincinnati had a horrible game plan for the fourth quarter. If you're up by 11 points, and why do you want to start Travion Henderson? Because the Bills can't stop the run. You're up by
Yeah,
11 points. There's 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go, and you decide to throw the ball. You throw the pick six. Now you're up by 3 points. There's 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and you keep throwing the ball and you throw another interception. What are you doing? And this is a far cry from what the Bengals offense has been the last few years, where they have literally been the slowest paced team in the second half with a lead because they normally have a lead and they just sit on the ball and they run it down your throat and grind the clock out. So I don't understand what they did. I'm happy they did it, but they handed us the game as much as we won it. I saw some good things from the defense. Obviously, they're not a great unit overall, but they played well enough. And then Josh Allen is, I mean, he's not going to be MVP, and no one would argue he's MVP. But you can't look at him and look at every other team and go, this guy is the MVP. He's the most important person on his team, and if they didn't have him, this is a shitty team. But with him, they could go to the Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm worried for you guys going into this week because I don't think Vrabel's going to hand you guys anything easy. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I think
and
it's going to
and
be a
they have not played well on the road, and Josh has not played well on the road. So they need to show us something this week. Even if in a loss,
jumping out
they
early.
need
I think would
to.
be a big.
Well, they threw the stat up on the screen this last week. They're one of the worst first half teams, but then they're number one as far as scoring differential in the second half.
I know, but that would be great to be like, hey, we won the toss. We'll take the ball. Let's go with our offense and go score first, and hopefully a touchdown, and go from there.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like you guys going down a lot last couple of times. It doesn't, trying to come back every time. Like you said, Lucas turned it off.
Yeah, they're running the ball well,
Yeah,
but
I think
James
they're
James
best in
Cook
the league,
has
right?
James
Or
Cook
best
has
running.
yes, James Cook has like four fumbles in the last couple of games. It hasn't been good, and he's lost two of them. So
Not
they need to
good.
establish the run game because obviously they can't throw the ball downfield still. Um, and hopefully Josh will run a little bit more, and the defense can force a turnover or two. Because, I mean, the Patriots are a good football team. I'm not arguing that they suck, but they also really haven't played anybody except for Buffalo, and Pittsburgh's the only other playoff team that they've beaten. So their schedule has been blessed. They lost to the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, last week was uh I want to get into the ones that we lost. Remember you were like, hold on, I want to specifically there was one. Cleveland over Tennessee. Yeah, you were like guaranteed. Cleveland over Tennessee.
But
Cleveland
aren't
over
you
Tennessee.
happy that I was wrong?
I am. I am, but not exactly the fact that like leading into what your thoughts are for this week betting wise makes me a little leery. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I thought we were going to get a little bit more out of Cleveland, and Tennessee showed up for the first time. It's what, week 14? They show up for the first time in 14 weeks and actually play football?
Do you think Miles Garrett gets to 30 sacks?
No, not 30.
He's got 4 games left, dude.
Yeah, but isn't he at like 18 and a half or 19 and a half?
I think he's at 9 or 20.
He's not going to get 10 in 4 games. That's crazy.
You don't think so, dude?
I
I
think
think he
he's going to
might.
break the record, but he's probably going to have like 26 to 27 and a half. He's not going to get to 30. That's a lot.
He can get 10 sacks in 4 games, dude.
He can, but is he? Probably not. One of those games, Josh is very good at not getting sacked. So that's not this weekend, but the next weekend. And I will be there.
He's also very
Oh,
good at taking sacks too. Like he's a big guy. He'll go down, and Garrett's very respectful. He doesn't go at the knees or any of that shit. He just brings you down. So, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm like thinking about like how many this guy is unbelievable. I think he can get to 30. I think 30 would be like the craziest, like I don't know, unbreakable,
Yeah. Well,
right? Or
until
I
they
mean,
continue to add
mhm.
games.
like what do you get? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna kill Mark Gastineau. That's
Hmm.
gonna kill him. 30 would be like even his brain can comprehend that I was never gonna get close to 30.
Yeah.
Speaking of records, off subject here. What about the Oklahoma Thunder, dude?
Yeah.
24-1 to start this season. Okay. 24-1. And they only have to go. I mean, like they can only lose like 6 or 7 more games for the rest of the year to break the record of, I think it was the Golden State Warriors, right? Was it
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
73-9, I think, or something? But they could do it, dude. They can do it. This team is insane. What this team's doing, like I watched last night, they won by 49 points last night against another professional in whatever this playoff fucking atmosphere playoff team. Look at what the balloons going up again.
Wait.
Lucas is excited. Yeah, you just pop balloons in your fucking Zoom box there, dude.
I'm an OKC
Um,
fan. I'm
yeah, I get
in
it.
the
How
closet.
could you not be, dude? I mean, you got your number one scorer averages like a minute and a half in the fourth quarter because he doesn't even have to play. They're the game's over, and they played their starting like are their like best starting situation 0 minutes so far. They haven't even played their best players together yet. People come back from injuries and all this stuff, so it might get better. But it's pretty like the margin that they're winning by now is crazy. They're winning by like 17 points a game on
Yeah.
average, and that was before last night.
And all of those core pieces are all under contract for
Yes,
several years.
and young as fuck, bro.
Hmm.
Like this could be. You talk about dynasties. This could be a dynasty. Now, again, with success, everybody then wants to get paid. If you're a part of it, you want to get paid. And that's how it all breaks out. I'm not saying it's going to run for like 8 years or, this isn't the Bulls, I don't think. But it could be if they all don't want to get selfish. But I'm just telling you, this team is like insane. I watched that game a little bit of last night. I was like, this can't even be real that this is professional. That they're getting, I kept having to do the math. I'm like 38 plus 4, 11. This is insane how much they're winning by. Crazy. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But I think they can do it. You think they can do it?
I
Oh
think
yeah.
they're definitely capable if they stay healthy.
They don't even have to. I mean, so far they've had injured play, like a couple injuries. Hartenstein's got injured, a couple people, and they still are winning. Like their bench is fucking crazy deep. Yeah, everybody, the big guys, Shea's got to stay, but like the whole team has. as a whole. It's like they're deep as fuck, man. It's insane.
Hmm.
And also, Grayson Allen got kicked out of the game. I haven't seen anyone kicked out in a while. He laid a screen. I've never seen anyone
Yeah.
lay a screen like this, where he just the guy's coming into him, he just shoves him down to the ground. And they were like, "Let's review this."
Well, have you ever
So I'm like,
seen
"Yeah,
what Bane did the other night?
yeah."
You've you've
Desmond Bain, you mean?
you've seen that where the guy just intentionally chucks the basketball
Yeah,
for no reason?
at an Obi, yeah, at an Obi, yeah, out of bounds. I think he was trying
Absolutely.
to like, he's like, "You're out of bounds. I'm going to throw it off you." But like,
Yeah,
damn, dude,
but like that, like
right at him.
dodgeball kill style for no reason, and he did.
Apparently, they're friends, so maybe this was like some sort of thing they used to do. I don't know, but I mean, it didn't
Well,
seem friendly
there's
after.
that Instagram account where the guy does the lip reading. He slows down, like he usually does it with
Yeah,
managers and umpires, but he slowed it down, and Anobi was just like, "What the hell was that, man?"
yeah,
He was going,
yeah, yeah,
"What? What did I do?" So
yeah,
it was just weird.
What's this Grayson Allen shit? They can't play this.
dude. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Watch this pick. Tell me, this is a hard white right
Oh
there. This is
yeah.
a hard. That's a guy's like, I will. Yeah, and then a little skirmish, and then they go over and review it. It's like you're out of here. But look at the score right there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The math you have to do to fucking figure out the point difference. I'm like, hold on, carry the one. I like Grayson Allen.
That was
And
like
don't,
that
hey, if you're gonna lose, if you're gonna foul, you might as well foul the fuck out of him,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
I
But
mean,
that
it
was
gets
like
now you
that
get kicked out of the game.
playoff game a few years back when the Suns were getting their asses handed to them. There was that Onion article where it was like Chris Paul hits a three to lower the deficit to 37 or something. The way they wrote it was great. Suns just they lose bad when they lose.
Also, speaking of losers, the Mets, damn, they are. I mean, sports talk radio here is ready to set Steve Cohen's house on fire, dude. I mean, it's insane. In 2 days, they lost one of the best closers in the league, and then their all-time home runs leader in
Yeah.
back-to-back days for not all right, well, no one's gonna match that. They overpaid,
Market
like
value.
pretty much market value, I
Hmm.
would say. And in the Alonso case, they didn't even make an offer. Like once they heard numbers that were being like thrown around, they were like, "That's too rich for our blood," I guess. So they didn't even make him an offer. So I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is. Like I got my own problems with the Yankees. I have issues. They're not pulling the trigger on anything. But for me, I'm like, if I'm a Mets fan and my owner is literally the richest owner in fucking baseball, and now all of a sudden we're not bringing back players that for $1 million. Like the Edwin Diaz thing could have easily probably been worked out for maybe they paid him a couple million more than the Dodgers. But I mean, any time I hear now anyone going to the Dodgers, it
Everyone's
makes
going.
me go fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. Is Scooble signed yet?
What I'm hearing that too. If that happens, bro, I'm done. You can't have Scooble too. Like that's everyone. The Dodgers could legitimately have an 8-man rotation with 8 pitchers who are all probably better than most of the ones or twos on every other team in baseball. Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, have you heard? Are you reading right now that it's happening?
I'm
Because I
looking for the latest on this. I'm not seeing where it has happened yet, but yeah, this
I've
is
been seeing it. I'm like, I can't. That would be too much. Like
just
that's what.
start the lockout early if that's what's going to happen because we know who's going to win.
Yeah, yeah. We might as well. And that lockout situation.
Yeah, so their
I think that's what.
rotation, their 5-man rotation would be if they got him, Skubal, Yamamoto, Otani, Snell, and Sasaki. Good luck.
Cy Young, multiple Cy Young Award winner,
Not fair.
MVP, Cy Young Award winner, Cy Young Award winner, and one of the rookies of the year last year, right? Yeah, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
and you're not talking about like when Scherzer and those guys were 85 years old together on the staff. Like these are all guys in their fucking prime.
Yeah.
What about Glass now?
Glass now would probably be the piece that would go to Detroit in that trade, or at least one of the pieces.
Now, I don't get that. Glasnow's making money over there, dude. Why don't you just, I mean, I don't, you can't, if you're going to pay Glasnow, let's say 25, 30 million a year, how do you not fork up another 10 to pay Scooble and keep your hometown guy there? I don't
Because
get that.
you're not going to get Scooble without moving Glass now, maybe. I think
No,
that's
but what
why
I'm
the
saying,
Tigers are interested is because he would
what,
be part of that trade.
they want Glasnow?
They want Glass now and probably a piece or two else, and they probably want the Dodgers to pick up salary on some people.
Oh, Glasnow for sure. They're going to have to come back with money. I don't know. I just, to me, I'm like, God almighty. I mean, even
But it hasn't happened
as
yet.
a
We'll
competitor,
see.
if I'm in a front office, I go, I know this is what's best, but like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Like, we're just making this, and yeah, they'll have a fucking shitty couple moments in the season where they're like, "Oh, look at the Dodgers, all that money, and they still suck." Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you'll see what happens at the fucking end of the season, and we see what happens at the end. You know, where whatever fucking piece works. You know, Sasaki pitches. I mean, what's his name? Yamamoto pitches 150 innings in 2 games and wins them the fucking World Series,
He just pitches the entire World Series.
the whole World Series. So it's nuts. I truly I'm like if that happens, I'm going to be really really because honestly, also that's what I'm like more with the Yankees. I'm hoping like we've been very quiet, and then it's all because something like that happens. It better be something like that or something like Skeens,
Yeah,
Scooble or Skeens.
I think Skeens is more tied to the Yankees. And
I
if
would
the
hope so.
Scooble
We
thing
have a good.
happens, then the Yankees will hopefully get more aggressive to go after Skeens to kind of combat that.
Oh, you have to at that point because now
Hmm.
we're in an arms race. We're letting China have fucking 100 million fucking nuclear weapons, and we're sitting here with two. So it's time to fucking ante up, dude. It's and I'm worried about Cohen's going to go after those guys too. But anyway, all right, let's go to picks this week.
All right.
Oh, also one more thing before we go to picks. What happened with Sharon Moore? Did he
Uh,
is he in, did he
Oh,
fight someone?
no, no. So he he was having an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which is
Okay.
against the school's bylaws and a fireable offense. So it was uncovered that this was happening, and he must have had a mental breakdown and drove to her house with a knife and threatened to kill her and kill himself. So then he was taken into protective custody. He was going to be fired. Now he's going to prison, most likely. Um, and I think the athletic director is also going to be fired because there were rumors that he knew about their relationship and didn't act on it. And this would be his second major, like, fuck up in their most premier program in less than a decade. So they're going to clean house at Michigan.
Damn, dude. And like, isn't that like, isn't this a bad time for this to happen as far as the coaching carousel and also like
Yes.
recruiting and all that shit?
Yes. Yeah, they
Got it.
if they could, so this could go one of two ways. They either hire their next great coach because it is a premier program and people want to go there, or they get their Rich Rodriguez and the program goes down the tubes for another 10 years.
Ooh, boy. Yeah. Interesting. All
Because
right. Yeah, I didn't know. I
he
thought he
was
got
doing a
arrested.
great
I
job
thought he
as a
fought
coach.
someone.
He was doing a great job. No, he went to her house and he was threatening to kill both of them.
Jesus.
yeah. The rumor is he's, I think, trying to pressure him to get like a smortion. Is that true?
Ah,
I didn't hear that, but that would make sense too.
got it. Got it. Ah, interesting. Ooh, boy. All right. Not good. Ugh, that's gross.
So let's bet against them in their bowl game.
Yeah. Who they play? They're playing Texas, right?
Yeah.
That's good for Arch
But
Manning.
by the way, do you know much about this Notre Dame thing, by the way, about them just not doing like
I guess the team
Yeah, they could do
voted
whatever
on
they
it.
want.
The team voted on it, and
I mean,
let's be honest, they should be in the playoffs. Alabama
they
should not be
should?
it. Yeah. Alabama should not be in
well,
the playoffs.
Alabama, what, say they didn't win. the week before and they didn't make it to the SEC championship game, they would be two losses sitting there at home and they would have made it in, right?
But then you got dismantled in the SEC championship. And if you're going to tell me that who was it, Florida State, because they lost their quarterback, is not a competitive team, but then you're going to go the next year and you're obviously biased towards this one program and have been for quite some time. You're going to look at that program that got dismantled and now is a three-loss team and go, this team is clearly better than Notre Dame, so they have to be in. I disagree with that. I think it's bullshit,
It's
and
a
they're pushing that one team. And at the very least, how do you not move down when teams below you won? You're the first team in history to lose a game and not move down in the standings like that after the conference championships. That's never happened before. So not only do you
yeah,
not move down in the rankings, but you're still in. I think it's bullshit. I don't like that Notre Dame isn't playing. I think that sucks for that's probably obviously they took a vote, but there's a lot of kids that aren't going to the NFL and don't have futures past this year in football, and it's more of like a peer pressure thing where it's like we shouldn't do this, right? And it sucks for them.
yeah,
It
no,
really
I
sucks for
get it.
them. They should play, but I
Especially
get
if you're a
why they didn't.
senior.
I get why they didn't, and fuck this committee that keeps putting Alabama in for no reason. We can have other teams.
It's yeah, I mean, look, and if you're really looking at it, like is Tulane, like they're essentially looking at the Oregon game this weekend as like a bye week because you're playing like I think Tulane's like a 20 point dog.
Yeah.
Let me I don't even let me I can look that
Yeah.
up.
So
I'm on
again, it goes back to no consistency. Florida State without their quarterback is not a competitive team, but you're going to make decisions like that.
let's see. Tulane is a 17.5 point dog to Ole Miss. 17.5 point dog.
Yeah.
James Madison. Another one. James Madison. You got to love they got reinvented by the guy in Indiana. He left, he went to Indiana, and they're still being playing well, but they're a 22 point dog to
Well,
Oregon this weekend.
then it begs the question, why did we expand the playoffs?
Like, how do you have? Yeah, well, if you, how like the college football playoffs, like much like the NFL playoffs for the most part, should be like within like a 7 point spread,
Yeah.
unless like there's major injuries or there's some sort of history or something like that. Like there should never be an 18 point spread or a 22 point spread. And I say what you want about gambling in Vegas. They know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay. There should never be that when you have these kind of situations. Like these teams should be the best of the best. Now, I'm not saying that Ole Miss or I mean that Tulane or James Madison can't win the game, but I really believe the chances of them getting blown the fuck out are higher than them winning the game.
Yes.
And in that instance, you would want a more competitive situation. Wouldn't you want to put a team in there that might not, like it's in just a better team? I don't know. Yeah, I this whole thing, it's like it's very. I go to that Zany's Rosemont. I'll be there next weekend. Shameless plug. But it's right next to the Big Ten offices are right there, and so
You're going to get Professor Pizza?
yeah, always,
Okay. Because I'm
always,
going,
always.
I got to hit him up. I'm going New Year's Eve.
So yeah, I'm like, I look at that office and I'm like, man, there's just be so much shady shit going on in that fucking
Oh,
building.
yeah. So much
So
money.
much shady shit.
So much dirty money going in. I
Yeah,
mean, I've heard rumors that that Michigan may leave the Big Ten because of private investors coming in.
to what the team
Yeah, they'll just become independent because of these.
like Notre Dame.
They don't want private investors taking over the conference and running things. It's just rumors. My brother's a huge U
Wow.
of M nut, so he's like on top of all
Yeah.
this stuff, and he's saying that that's a possibility, which would be
I mean
insane.
the other two games this weekend are Alabama, Oklahoma, which is a 1.5 point spread, and Miami and Texas A&M, which is a 3.5 point spread.
My
So you
hope
see what I'm
is
saying?
Alabama gets the floor wiped with them and the committee feels stupid and we can put to bed just Alabama is a name at this point. They're not Nick Saban's dynasty anymore. And I just think
Um,
that it was perceived bias that got them in, and I don't think it's right.
all right, let's move on to the pros. Fuck these
Well,
kids.
let's give Indiana a shout out real quick too, because they
Oh,
they got they
absolutely,
heard they heard
yes.
all year how they didn't play anybody, and they really took it to Ohio State.
They heard it from me on Saturday night because I was telling my son, I go, don't even watch. He's like, Dad, I'm watching this game. I go, what are you gonna watch? They're gonna get killed, dude. And then I was like, oh boy, excuse moi, my bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
impressive.
this it is impressive. And it's like now going into the playoffs, that has to be a lot of momentum for them and feeling good. They're gonna get a home playoff game next time. Oh no, they're on
They're on
neutral
bye.
site. Yeah, they're on a bye, but then they'll play in the Rose Bowl, I think. Um,
Yeah, good for them. I hope they run the table.
yeah, it's exciting, especially because you don't ever think of Indiana as a football school. The first thing you think of is basketball.
Yeah, the last time they won a share of a Big Ten title was 1967, and the last time they won it outright was 1945.
Um, I want to start with the Eagles in the NFL
Okay.
because I don't know if you guys watch the Hard Knocks, but it's very funny to see them going around being like, the sky is falling, except in this room, we got each other, blah, 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 blah. And now we are down 3 games in a row and playing Las Vegas at home. Now that spread
Now, come on.
is 11 and a half.
Don't
I'm
get
telling
cute
you right
here.
now.
Don't get cute here. This is the perfect time. If there are script writers, this is the perfect bounce back game. Don't even play with this. They're not going to lose to the Raiders. The Raiders are not even a football team at this point. They have given up everywhere. I don't think Max Crosby's not playing, right? Is he done for the year? I know Trey Hendrickson shut himself down,
Okay.
but is Max
Yeah.
Crosby,
I haven't heard anything about Max.
he might be done for the year. This team it's over. There's no more football in Vegas for the rest of this season.
But can Philly
No.
score?
Yes, yes, they can. Against this defense, yes, they can. And look, they were moving the ball. The Chargers are a great defense. They were moving the ball. They just, I don't know, guys. AJ Brown had a bad interception go through his hands. Like Hurts threw what, 4 picks? He was only responsible for one of them. They're not playing terrible football. Barkley actually kind of looked like Barkley last week against a great run defense. So this team is down, but they're not out yet, and this is their bounce back. And then we'll see who they are the next week. But they're going to win this game. Don't even play around with it. They're likely going to cover that 11 and a half point spread.
I
There's
agree, but then
so
again,
much talent on
you're
this
also dealing
team.
with Pete Carroll. So if they're down by 14, he
Oh, what is
might
he going to do?
go
Chew
to
more gum?
kick a field goal, dude. Get it to 11, and everyone should have bought that
Eh,
half a point.
well, they're not kicking in a dome in Vegas. They're going to be in the snow probably in Philly with the wind and the cold. And no, this team is the Vegas Raiders are not ready to go into Philly, even with Philly, you know, in this downturn. This could be where Philly turns it around and then they make their run.
Atlanta and Tampa.
It's
Tampa, what the
yeah,
fuck,
very
Tampa?
interesting game because
Now it is
Tampa's
interesting.
sinking. That ship is sinking.
What the hell happened there?
Now that's a team where I go, that's who we should be pointing at, not the Eagles. We should be pointing at that team.
Todd
Well, and
Bowles is on the
again,
hot seat for sure.
the Rams have their pick, so they don't even get to like root to suck the fans.
Yeah.
That's true because the higher the pick, the better it is for the fucking Rams.
Yeah. It's going to be a very interesting game because
I mean,
Drake London's
yeah.
out. It's Kirk Cousins. He has not looked great. I was optimistic that he would take over for Penix and he would look like he did before he got hurt last year. That hasn't happened. Now he hasn't had his weapons. He hasn't had Drake. I don't think he's played with Drake London yet since he came back. Um, but the Bucks can't stop the run, and you've got arguably the best running back in football going up against them. And Mike Evans may be back tonight. That'd be pretty cool if he's healthy and he can come back and get his 1,000 yards in one game. So I think it'll be a messy game. It'll be entertaining, but I don't want to touch this one because I have no idea.
Yeah. Lucas, do you have any games that stand out to you?
Not really.
I mean,
I
there's
mean,
some good game. It's all
I,
division this
It's a
week.
great week.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I know this is not a division, but I kind of like the Lions to cover the points against the Rams. 6 points.
Yeah.
You don't. I like Jared Goff going back to LA and being like, remember me, bitches?
No,
Um,
I like it. I like
Jahmyr
that we're
Gibbs
getting
is,
6.
yeah,
And the Rams have been very up and down in the
yeah.
sense of they don't show up some weeks.
Now, it is a road trip for them. Going West Coast is never easy, but I don't know. For some reason, that's one that stood out to me.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh my
Um,
God, the poor Colts.
yeah.
I
I
just looked at that one. That's a 13.5 point spread.
Is
I mean,
Philip
who would
Rivers
have
playing this
thought?
week?
He's not
Jesus
playing. I don't
Christ.
think he's playing this
Yeah.
week. They what's
He's
his
a
name?
grandfather.
Their backup, yes he is. Their backup practiced yesterday. The kid with he had like the ligament injury or the strain or something.
Oh.
He practiced, so they need him to play. They're gonna force him to play.
Would he be the first grandfather to play in the NFL?
I
Ooh,
doubt
good
it.
question.
I highly doubt it, but maybe.
Now, would that mean like he would have to actually play on the field or just be on the roster? But I can't imagine and there's many
No,
grandfathers.
there wouldn't be, but I
Yeah.
can't imagine he's the
Now, I
first
know
one
people,
in 100 years
certain
of football.
athletes have a bit of a
Oh,
reputation of having babies at a really young age. So I'm not saying it's out of the question, but
no,
yeah, 'cause I hear like
we
who was I talking to the other day, like talking about like and with NIL now, there's like grown men in fucking college that are like they're like paying alimony to like with their NIL money,
hmm
and so like they've got like 2 or 3 kids in the stands like rooting them on, and so I mean I'm sure it's probably not the if it's the first time it probably won't be the last time, but I'm wondering if it is the first time.
there is we know the first grandpa
Who is
quarterback,
it?
Brett Favre. And then the
Oh,
last season of the Vikings in 2010, his 21-year-old daughter gave birth to a grandson.
damn, Brett Favre. That was before or after the texting situation with Jen Sturger.
Sidebar,
Right after.
did you see
Got it.
Gronkowski's interview where he
With
was
who?
asked so they brought I don't know, it was one of the Good Morning Football shows. They asked so, Philip Rivers at 44 is coming out of retirement. Would you consider that? And he said, absolutely. I wouldn't play, but if someone paid me $1 million and said, "Hey, get on the practice squad and give us some good scout team looks. Here's the tight ends you're going to be facing," I'd come back and do that for, whatever team wants to pay me that's making a run.
How much would they have to pay you? Dude, that seems like a lot of
A
work.
million
You could still
bucks.
get hurt.
Said $1 million. And he just practices Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days a week, gives them all the good looks that they want to get. And, he's probably still better than 26 of the tight ends in the league right now.
I just feel like with guys that age, yeah, no, you're probably right. And Philip Rivers, like,
But he's not
it's not
playing. He's not
necessarily about
playing.
the money.
He's
Yeah,
just
you're
the
not
body.
playing,
He's just the body on
but
the practice
yeah,
squad.
but like, no, I don't know. I'm 48, and it's like and I'm obviously very. I'm an athlete, but I'm not a professional athlete. But I would not want to do anything at this point to risk my health, as far as like falling down or getting
Okay, but now I
smashed or
pay
getting
you a
like
million bucks for 4 weeks of work.
yeah, but me is different than paying like a guy who's made $200 million probably in his career.
But
Like
he
it's
he
again,
misses it.
it's
He misses it.
no, I get it, but I'm like, for him, I feel like there's a way easier way to make $1 million. Does that make sense?
He's making
If you
money,
wanted to,
but he's like,
yeah,
I want to play, but also because of who I am, pay me.
maybe quarterback is I don't know practice quarterback where you're going to wear a red jersey, but like even in practice, like receivers and guys get hurt. You're going to be practicing guys who are like trying to get on the fucking team, and they're not going to take it lightly on you because you're Gronkowski. They're going to fucking try to take your legs out, and shit.
Yeah.
Not in a fucking bounty gate kind of way, but you're going to play hard. So I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it would be a smart decision,
Shifting
but who knows?
back, do you find it interesting that the Bills are favored?
Let me go to that game.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
weird. I noticed
yes.
that yesterday.
Yeah, why
Uh,
is that? On the road.
Because I think we're seeing playoff Josh a little bit early. And again, the Patriots, other than Buffalo, they haven't really played any team that you're like, this team could make a run. So maybe Buffalo gives them a show. I mean, I'm hoping Buffalo gives them a show, and this should
I
be a
know, but
very competitive game.
I really think that this is all playing into the Patriots. I mean, Vrabel's probably saying that every single day in the meeting. Guys, do you realize that we are one win away from being the number one seed in the whole conference, probably, and they got us fucking as dogs in our own house. How do you feel about that? I mean, that's motivation right there. That's pretty easy motivation. If
Well,
you weren't ready before,
quietly, the Patriots lost their best offensive lineman for the year.
Will
So
Campbell,
regardless of what they do this week, they're going to have a tough time making it through an entire postseason and not
yeah,
having that line breakdown.
and Will Campbell didn't play against the Giants either. And the Giants
Well,
front four is probably better than the Bills front four.
uh,
And we didn't even we
mm,
what's his name? Drake May looked like a ballerina back there. He was flying all over the place gracefully, getting the ball out of his hand. No stress, no nothing, no care in the world. He was fine, dude.
we'll
So I'm just
see.
saying,
We'll see on Sunday.
okay. Yeah, I am surprised, but I do think the Patriots are going to use that as motivation for sure. But again, it goes back to Vegas knows something that, like maybe the rest of us don't know. So
Yeah.
it is
I mean,
that is interesting.
I
I would
hope
have
all of
expected it to be at
Boston is
least a
getting cocky, and I hope they pull what the Dolphins did a couple years ago, where the division's locked up. It's already over. Buy your tickets for the home playoff games because there's no way that we could collapse in the last month. And there's no way that Buffalo with Josh Allen playing like a man possessed, scoring 15 touchdowns a game, there's no way that they could go on a run and catch us. I hope that's what's going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
Because that's still
Um,
on the table. Now, Buffalo could go in and they could look like shit like they have in many games and get their asses handed to them, and it could be the start of the new Patriots dynasty and blah blah blah. But I'm hoping that Vegas knows something.
yeah. I'm not going near that game. I hope you guys win. I really do.
I
I mean,
see.
these are hard games this week. There's
Yeah,
I
they
not
kind of want to
really
take the
really.
are.
Giants. The Giants, I
I
think, will
was,
cover
yeah,
against the Commanders.
yes, yeah, and we're actually giving 2.5 points at home, but that's
Mhm.
basically like a pick 'em. That's what home field advantage is, and I like the Giants, but I'll take them on the money line for sure.
And Zach Ertz is out for the year too, right?
Yeah,
Oh my God, yes. Did you see that injury?
hit. Uh,
Whew,
God.
baby.
I
Yeah, he
mean, that
went
should
this
almost
way.
be the guy that hit him. That should almost be like you're out of the league.
Yeah, I don't know why he went at his
Because
legs, dude.
Zach Ertz is not ever playing football again. There's no chance.
No, no. You're looking at it, Lucas, right?
But the
You're about to
injury?
look at. Oh yeah.
Look at the
Don't. Are you going to
hit.
show it?
It's a.
Yeah, let's
I
find it.
don't
If
show
you
it on the.
show it, don't let me know. Let me know. I
I
have
Don't
to look
show
I
it.
away.
don't think people need to see it. They can look it up on their own. It's pretty.
Yeah, look it up. It's
It's
pretty
a dirty
gross.
hit and it's gruesome.
He's flying through the air to catch the ball high, and the defender comes at right at where his knee, like the side of his knee. So his body's falling one way, right?
His
And
leg
his
glitches.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Not good, dude. Not good. So yeah, that's it. And it was really rough on Hard Knocks. I watched the Hard Knocks this week because it's again, Hard Knocks is great. They do a great job because you know what happened, but they really walk you down. Like they made it like almost the Zach Ertz episode
Hmm.
where they built him up, and how many years he played in Philadelphia before, coming over there and what he's meant to Jaden Daniels and blah, 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 and how much work he does in the film room and all this shit. And then you see his fucking leg snap in half at the end of the game. You're like, God damn, dude. Yeah, I do like the Giants this week and
Um,
or multiple,
there's one that just jumped out
but
at
I don't
me.
want them to win.
Yeah, you don't.
I'll say that.
You do not.
I don't
I
want them to
mean,
win.
Steve, this is probably a parlay where you could just, it's not going to make a lot of money, but you're going to win because you got these heavy favorites. Like you've got the Texans over the Cardinals, you got the Jags over the Jets, the Eagles over the Raiders. But what's jumping out at me right now is the Broncos at home are getting 2.5 points to the Packers.
Yeah, another interesting one. Who's heard for the Broncos that this is a situation that at home their defense is
I,
giving up two and a
every,
half points?
everybody is back. So Jordan Love, they're going to have to change the way they play. He's not going to be able to just throw the ball up to Watson off his back foot and let it rainbow. Like Surtain's going to take that away. They're too good of a
Yeah,
defense. So if they can shut down Jacobs and they can take away that rainbow ball, which they are more than capable of doing both those things. Bo Nix, even though he hasn't been great this year, he can do enough. Packers defense has a good pass rush. Their secondary is so-so. RJ Harvey could have a big game. Like I think the Broncos could cover there.
I like that too. I put them plus 2.5. I got them in our bet. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, you
I
could
mean, the
take the
Panthers will
Seahawks
beat the
just on the.
Saints. Saints are done winning football the rest of the year. I
Well,
hope
that's
people have
good.
been betting against them. Maybe not in parlays, but I hope people have been betting against them on the money line because you'd be 10-3 right now.
You think Carolina's definitely going to take care of business at
They will
home
again. They will
on the
against
road?
this. They will against the Saints because this is a
I'm not fucking
crazy
with that
huge
game,
game.
dude.
I think you know what? Maybe fuck with it if Tampa Bay
No, thank
loses
you.
tonight. Then the Panthers have complete control of the division if they win against the Saints. I mean, that's the matchup that you want if you're a Panthers fan, and the Bucks could very well lose tonight, or at the very least, now you have to play to keep pace. So I think the Panthers winning on the money line against the Saints, even in New Orleans, is easy money. And I will continue to bet against the Saints.
I'm not fucking with that game in our bet. Just telling you that right now.
That's fine. It's free money.
Um, Free money. This guy loves this free
How
money.
about 49ers on the money line against the Titans? That's free money. At home,
Yeah,
Titans
to
got
the
to come
tight.
across the country.
I do agree with that. That to me smells more free money.
That is a that's a 12.5 point spread.
Yep,
And then obviously you're going to put in the Seahawks over the Colts.
I did that.
Okay.
I think that's
Um,
good enough.
okay. I was going to say, this
Oh,
one,
Christ.
you're going to get plus money on the money line. I like the Dolphins to go into Pittsburgh on, is that
Oh,
Monday
no,
Night
no,
Football? I
no,
like the
no,
Dolphins.
no.
I like
We're
the
not waiting
Dolphins.
till Monday night and then having the
But
Monday night game fuck us.
you
I'm
could
not
no,
cashing out.
you could cash it out early. I like the
Maybe. They might
Dolphins.
not even let you. They might
The
know what they might
Dolphins.
know. These fucking idiots were so stupid to pick the Dolphins.
No, 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 no,
We're
no,
not
no, no,
letting them
no.
cash
Has no
out.
one been watching the last month? Like no one
I
watches
they've been
big
playing better.
picture?
I'm
They
watching.
haven't
I've
been
been
playing better. They've turned that team around. I thought they were going to fire McDaniel. They are all playing their asses off for him. They're playing playoff caliber football in Miami right now. The Steelers are just flatlined like the Ravens. Nobody wants to win in that division anymore. And everyone is talking about, oh, the Bengals could make a playoff run. Burrow's back and they could win these games. No one's talking about how the Dolphins had a better record and are playing better and keep winning. I think the Dolphins go in and they shock Pittsburgh.
well, great. You bet on that yourself.
I
Here's what
will.
we have going forward. The Detroit Lions +6 against the Rams, getting 6 points. Giants on the money line. Broncos +2.5. The Seahawks on the money line. The Eagles on the money line. And the San Francisco 49ers on the money line. $50 will get us $433.50.
Can you, before you lock it in, can you just see what would happen if you put Miami in there? Just for
Brendan,
fun.
I'm with you on this Miami thing.
Just
I'm
for
glad
fun.
you,
You can take
You
it
know
yeah.
all,
what?
but just for fun.
Fuck
Let's
it.
just see what happens.
Let's do it. Right, guys? The end of the season. Let's throw a fucking Hail Mary.
It's
I
Miami
think
on the
not,
you'll
money
win.
line, right?
yeah, it's not the end
Oh,
of the
baby.
season.
Well, that just moves us up a little bit.
How much? Because if it's not worth it, you can take it off,
Hold
but
on.
they're plus money.
Be like,
The suspense
I
is
guess like
killing me.
800.
Merry
$1,062.10.
Christmas,
Do it.
Steve. Merry
Do
fucking
it.
Christmas.
Okay,
Dolphins are in the playoff hunt.
I mean,
great.
legitimately, they are right there, and no one's talking
Yeah.
about Miami. They're right fucking there.
Also, Tua's
Awesome.
not even playing that well. It's like A-Chan, isn't it?
It's
I want to
Achan,
say it's
it's Waddle
Tua's doing
who
fine, but he's not.
Waddle should be a Bill right now. Instead, he could go to the playoffs with Miami. Um, the Chiefs very well could lose to the Chargers. Buffalo could fade. Like it's not that crazy. The Jags could fade. It's not that crazy to say if Miami wins here and they run the table that somebody else trips up. I mean, the Colts are going to fall out of the playoffs.
Isn't
There's
it
a
weird too that the Chiefs, they're not going to make the playoffs most likely, and no one really got hurt for them. They just kind
That's
of
not true. No
who's been
one,
like,
no one major, but
oh,
they,
Rasheed Rice. I'm sorry, I'm
yeah,
sorry,
Rasheed Rice missed the first 6 games,
but that's his
right?
own doing.
Worthy was out a couple of games. They've had their offensive line was banged up. They had like 4 or 5 different combinations over the year, and they were missing 3 starters against the Texans, which is why it was like the Texans are going to win this game easily. Um, they've had injuries like everyone else. Chris Jones, didn't he miss a game or two?
I
So
mean, he's
Yeah.
it wasn't like
okay.
they were healthy, and Pacheco missed again. So Kareem Hunt, 20, what, how old is he? Like 33 or 31 or whatever he is. He had to be the bell cow for several games. So they just
He's
haven't
30.
yeah, they haven't put it together well. I don't know. Andy Reid just hasn't really been Andy Reid this year. Mahomes actually looked really good for the first
Yeah, he
couple of
did.
months.
Yeah.
He did. But again, if they can get in, that's like
Yeah,
fucking.
I don't want them in.
You're gonna hear the Halloween
I'm a huge Chargers fan this week. I
Michael
just
Myers music in the background.
Chargers just need to do what they do and take care of business and bury them this week so we don't have to worry about them for the next several.
Yep. Um, by the way, this weekend I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Improv. If anyone is in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, this is the last minute fallout. They asked me at Thanksgiving. I don't know who was supposed to be there, but I'll be there this weekend. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, one on Sunday, and then I'm home on Monday. Next weekend in Chicago. Chicago, one of my favorite clubs, Zanies. I'll be at the downtown one Thursday and Sunday, and the Zanies in Rosemont on Friday and Saturday, 2 shows each night. And then New Year's Eve, Pittsburgh Improv, 2 shows, December 31st. Come party with your fucking boy.
That'll be
Let's hang
fun.
out and bring in the new year together.
Yeah.
You guys, anything you want to plug?
I'll be at the Chicago Improv for New Year's Eve and then additionally the Friday, Saturday after.
Nice. Excellent. Anything for you, Lucas?
I'll be at
Yeah,
the
Chicago people.
mother.
Chicago people come out.
Yeah, yeah. Next 2 weekends. Sorry, go ahead, Lucas.
Oh, Mothership Christmas party on Sunday.
Hell
I'm on
yeah.
a Christmas party tour.
Fuck yeah,
I was
dude.
talking to
That's gonna be
O'Neill.
fun.
O'Neill's going to be there. Edgar's going to
Tell
be
him I
there. It
said
should be
hello.
fun.
Give him a big fat sloppy kiss for me.
I will.
That's awesome, dude. Enjoy. That's it. That's the podcast for this week. Thank you for listening. And hopefully we got you some good advice. I think we did. We're probably gonna win some cash, but maybe not,
Maybe a
But I
thousand
definitely
dollars.
I will hold Brenton personally
Don't
liable if
make
I
me
do
don't
not.
make me
No,
cheer
not
for
for
the
the
Dolphins.
not for the Dolphins, but for your indication that Isaiah Likely is not the best choice over Travis Kelce. And
Look,
if I lose by a
no, no,
point
no,
or
no, no,
two,
no,
and that's
no,
the
no, no, no. We're
difference,
not ending like that. You don't get to have that last word and make me an
okay.
asshole.
No, you're fine.
I am saying that you need to make smart decisions now that it's the playoffs. And the
Okay.
smart decision is to go with the right decision, which is the number 3 tight end in fantasy football, the consistent choice, rather than the guy that either is going to get you 15 points or get you 2 points.
I get
Because
you. I
It
understand.
could be a Mark Andrews game. Noah
But
Gray's
if
not
he
going to
gets 15
steal
points and
from
I don't
Travis
play him and I
Kelce.
lose, I'm going to Sharon
Well,
Moore.
then we
Um,
can look at the rest of your roster and go, where did you fuck up? Because it's not because of Travis Kelce. You're in the playoffs because of Travis Kelce.
don't
100%.
you talk to me like that,
Well,
Brenton. I love you.
those are facts.
You get me all hot and bothered like that.
Look
You
at him on his
fucking
podcast. He knows he had a bad game. He's going to bounce back. He said, "I don't even have answers for how badly I played." He is going to
Okay.
have, I bet you he has a huge game. It's a must win at
And his
home.
girl was on Stephen Colbert last night and shouted him out. So, that's
Yeah,
big energy
he's
for
going to
him.
have a
So,
huge week. I will use him in
all right.
fantasy when everyone else says, ah, he's washed.
You heard it right here first, ladies and gentlemen. Brenton Billicombe is very high on Mr. Kelce. So,
But between you and
um,
I, Isaiah likely might go to the moon, and you're going to be really mad.
I'll go crazy. But that'll be fun for next week. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Go
Go
Bills.
Bills.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy.